Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So our salt has become rather salty, frankly, and we have 64 times 64. That is like 8,096, I don't even know. And we have our alloy smelters. Now what I did in between episodes was I installed double-layered capacitor upgrades into these two machines right here. And you can see that what it's doing is okay, that's a black spider. I thought that was a green spider. I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is not as awesome as I thought it'd be. Okay, double layer capacitors, they increase the energy storage and speed / range of the machines. So I timed it. It seems to be slightly, well, double the speed. However, it takes 3 times the energy, so about 1.5 times the amount of energy it normally takes per operation. Now, we are quickly chewing through pretty much all of our materials, so we are going to need a new type of power system, or we can go with the old power system with what we have right now and then just pretty much woody it up. Wouldn't you know it, it is quite a bit of wood. Let's just throw that in. Hopefully it goes quickly enough, and we're going to need to throw this back into our system because obviously it needs a lot of fun and effort. Okay, so that should have been round robined. Okay, it is. It's just sending them in packs of 3 for some undiscernible reason. So what we're outputting right now, it's taking 6, basically, 7 of these Stirling generators worth of energy. And we don't have 7 Stirling generators worth of energy. But the thing is that it's obviously using the capacitor bank for the energy, and we're running out. That's not good really at all. Though we do have quite a bit of processed goods. Though we do have quite a bit of unprocessed goods for all of our stuff. If we look here, unprocessed goods, we are going to use a lot of energy. So in case you guys are wondering, my voice sounds a little off, and the reason for that is I just came from the dentist. Frankly, a lot of dentistry needs to be done, and there's a fluoride treatment that they coat your teeth with, and it's pretty much the equivalent of sticking pieces of gum onto your teeth and then telling you not to swallow. It's kind of disgusting, really, but and I have to have it 4 hours, and so that means I won't be, well, before brushing my teeth. However, I did manage to have a nice meal of hot dogs, and it's funny that hot dogs are pretty much the only unhot thing that I can do. Anyways, so let's see what we need to do. So we need to robustify our energy network, and unless we were to harness the power of the sun, I don't think we'll be able to use the same type of stuff that we have right now. So let's see. We're going to need a lot of energy. I don't think Ender IO does gigajoules per second. I have no clue. Let's check if Ender IO gives us any sort of solutions to this power situation. We're going to need to check in here, Ender IO. Here we go. We can check. We have power monitors. We have combustion generator, which is liquid. Sag mill. We also have a zombie generator. We need nutrient distillation. So is there any way to let's see. Nutrient. Okay, here we go. And if the thing will there we go. How do we make 1 bucket of this? Okay. The whole shift doesn't really give us anything. 0.8 gigs? Wow. So we can use a vat and 10,000 RF using skeleton skulls, or basically different types of meat. And we need some sort of catalyst. So we can use sugar. Sugar is something that we can use. However, it doesn't seem like we have much of that. We don't even have many zombie heads anyways. Zombie flesh we have a bit of, however, it's not in any sort of supply that will give us any sort of bang for our buck. So I think using that is pretty much a no. However, I think we can use our culinary expertise and see what type of power we can get out of the culinary generator from extra utilities, which uses food to process into power. I don't know how much food it actually uses, and we're pretty much going to have to pick and choose. This thing requires a transfer node, which uses a QED, and this thing needs a hyper transfer node, which uses bedrockium, which is something that we don't have any possibility of making at this point. So let's see, we need redstone, iron. Let's just basically bring all of our requisite materials here. Got our cobble with us, that's fine. And I think just a bit of iron is all that we need, plus a bit of glass, I'd say. Sorry for the coughing, it feels a little unprofessional me doing that all the time. But something that is unfortunately completely unavoidable at this time and situation. We must have some pistons already. Pistons. It'd be lovely if I had some better means of sorting all this trash and hierarchical mess. So I'm thinking we might need to make 2 more of these. Good. We'll make a few of these. Good enough for me. Survival generator. If we look and check that down, we can throw solid fuel in here and make a bit of energy. However, not what we're going to make. We're going to make a few of these. So let me sleep away the night. Bring us... Actually, we can probably cook this stuff in the kitchen. Put this here and this here in the meantime, though. So we need to put food in here, then we'll get energy. And I think what I'm going to do right now for testing purposes is put one of them here and get a conduit ready for attachment at a later point in time so that I can see, like for instance this garden soup, I want to see what type of energy that it produces. One of them. Huh. Is that 24? That's a good amount. And it giving it for actually quite a long time, so that seems like it'd be a decent amount of energy, I'd say so. Okay. However, obviously not enough to keep up with this supply. We're going to need to burn through all of this fossil fuel mayhem. Let's go into our kitchen and see what we're going to need. Okay, so if I were to look at, for instance, cranberries, one possible thing that I can do is, say, make cranberry jelly. That requires a juicer, sugar, and a saucepan. I don't think this actually has any real food use other than cranberry jam. What's an easy thing that we can make right now? Cranberry sauce and fruit salad. So if we have a cutting board and a mixing bowl, we can probably hook those up with a lot of fun and profit and get a decent way into a bunch of other stuff. So let's see, we also have a few coffee beans which we can use, and mustard. Mustard we can make into mustard, which is not helpful by itself. However, let's see, we also need cooking oil, which needs sunflower seeds. Don't really have sunflower seeds, nor do I have walnuts. So we're going to need to look for sunflowers of some sort, or else we are going to need some sort of other more difficult process. Oh, we also have the stuff necessary for some more garden soups to feed ourselves. So maybe we can do that, which is just there. Okay, so this should give us enough food. Now, all this other stuff, it's just going to be growing. Rye, I don't think I have much use for bread at the moment, since I do need quite a few other things to do that. The main thing it seems like I'm missing is black pepper. I'm not entirely sure how to get that. I'm sure it's some sort of ground plant. You know, this is where real life searching for stuff would be nice. Also, a thing I learned on the internet today is that gourd gardens and basically all the other types of gardens actually spread. So I shouldn't have, for instance, picked apart that herb garden right away, because I could have had it just spread naturally and it would have been a bit better. Okay, so let's take that and take that. Now the thing is that these culinary generators won't last long. If you put that in, that's actually a lot better than our garden soup. Huh. Put that in, we can get 24, 24. And we're neutral into power generation, it seems. Then again, these are slowly filling up. I think they're filling up. However, it's interesting that these are no longer maxed. You'd think that these would be basically outputting as much power as possible. It seems like this capacitor might have failed somehow. Let's pick it up. Put it down again. 0, 0. That much is obvious. And it's filling up. Okay, so it must have stalled somehow. I'm not sure exactly what failed on it. However, it does seem like these fruit salads should be good. So if we check, generates a decent amount of energy. However, and it has a different harvesting. So we can go, for instance, okay, so it has a total amount and an energy per tick. Now, I'm not sure what those are based on exactly. You can probably see, let's see, use for the flour. We're probably going to need to look at a bunch of other things. Milk seems to be one of the main things that we do not have anything about. I wonder, can we tempt a cow with rye? Let's see. If we can tempt them with wheat, you'd assume that if the modder is able to, they'd be able to tempt them with rye. That's assuming, well, we can try with a sheep. I know that a sheep uses the exact same things. Okay, does thou workst on this? Vanilla once again, hard coding everything as usual. Okay, so we're probably going to also want to make a few regular seed farms to get some cow populations going, because I think a milking station might be good, especially if we're going to use it for food. And we might be able to get an autonomous activator working for the milk. I wonder. Okay, so let's get our next system up and running, and I think this is probably going to be one of our easier systems, I dare say. The main thing is that we're going to want to get cobblestone and smoothstone, as well as a few other things up and running. We're not going to be able to remove this block, unfortunately. Maybe if we were to, I think maybe change this to stone, and it probably fit this area a lot better. And we're also going to want it so that the barrels are there. So pretty much the ending conduits will need to go that direction. So with that game plan in mind, we're going to need to set up pulverizers and also a source of cobblestone. I'm thinking for our source of cobblestone, there's two methods. I think probably our best one is just to use the igneous extruder here. I don't think we're able to take the bucket of contents out of this, unfortunately. Let's see. Right click to get the water, and no, we'd need to fluid transpose it. So I'm gonna assume that that lava is pretty much dead. And now we have our source of cobblestone. Probably cobblestone source here. And now we'll want our pulverizers. And we'll have it pretty much spread out so that we'll be able to see all the things that we need. Out like so, and then we'll put the grass back if necessary. So, igneous extruder, it doesn't really need anything supplemental. Heck, we could make smoothstone directly by just using... I don't even think it takes much in the way of lava. It probably does. Smoothstone, I know that you are able to create it by using lava and it'll take the water. Might take a pittance of the lava, however, it does take lava, so we're not going to do that for now. We'll just want a simple system. So, to make sand, we'll just check the uses, then go for the pulverizer so we can work our way back. Sag mills, fluid transposer, magma, pulverizer. Make sand and a bit of gravel. So our gravel is also going to be able to be used for flint. So let's have sand. So this will be one source of it. And we might be able to make one more source. No. Let's keep it simple for now. Maybe we can expand it later, but for now we don't. Okay. So all of our sand is going to need a direction as well. So cobblestone output will be to our right. We'll also accept for this pulverizer here, so we'll accept left. We'll want our sand to go pretty much two directions. It'll want to be to our glass production, which we'll probably put right here, or we'll put it right here. Let's put the glass production right there. So we're going to need, let's get 3 furnaces. 3 furnaces probably will be enough. We probably have enough materials for that. So, furnace, high temperature furnace generators. These look awesome and is probably why I really want to get into them. However, it will be a while before I'm able to get to that. So let's see, are we able to make the furnace? Smelter. There we go. Induction smelter. Smelts alloys and metals, 2 inputs. That's good. Nope, this isn't what we wanted. Let's check. For some reason, I couldn't see the blade thing. I'm not sure why. Bricks. Ah, bricks, bricks, bricks. Do we have clay for bricks? Thankfully, we do. However, this becomes an annoyance for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll make that for now. We'll also add that stuff. So having to make bricks one by one is a bit of an annoyance, I find, with Minecraft in general. Now, it'd be fun if you have a lot of clay. However, we're going to need to find a way to actually make clay, seeing as it's not exactly one of those highly renewable sources of resources. Sources of resources. Yes. Let's get one more so we can get at least, or a time lapse. Time lapse works. This is the lapse of concentration. You are unable to fathom the great despairs that I go through each day. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't even know where that's coming from. Okay, so we have this. This is producing our... let's have... Obviously, that's going to be that direction. So we're going to not want anything the bottom. Anything... We will want top access, I'm sure. Is there any way to make gravel specifically, or are we just going to use it as a byproduct? I think we might have to use it as a byproduct, so we'll allow this thing to have access to both. However, we might further want to gravelify everything, so we'll have gravel this way, sand in the back, we'll have both here, and we also have the input there. So sand will get smelted, so the back needs it, and pretty much it'll go straight out because I don't think sand has any real, don't think glass has any post-secondary things. We'll also want to smelt our stone, and I think what we'll do is we'll have it like this. So I'll place this so we can place that. And this way, we'll be able to access 2 sides. Get this as compact as possible. Also, we don't need to see the glass, so that's good. That means it comes in here, exits this side, exits this side, exits the back, doesn't go out the front. There we go. So we have smooth stone here. Now we're also probably going to want to cyclic assemble all this stuff. What else are we going to use for smooth stone? I don't think there's anything else. Oh, we also have a cyclic assembler at the standby. Standby? I don't even know if that's the correct word. Cyclic assembler. Here we go. And what we're going to want to do is hook this up so that we have access to our stone. Which we'll put this thing here, I think. Don't even know why I have that there. And I don't even know why I have that there. For mob spawning, of course. You always want the mob spawning. Spawning mobs is definitely our business. And we're going to want to set up the cyclic assembler, aren't we? We will need some smooth stone for that, and what we're going to make are stone bricks from this. Do we even have any smooth stone at our disposal? Like, at all? Oh well, I'll just make some up. It seems our power still is going. Oh, and we're actually getting to the point where we have an excess, so we will be able to start balancing our fuel consumption. Now, speaking about fuel consumption, let me start this thing off. Start this entire system off by probably getting a bit of coal. However, we're going to want to fancify this, aren't we? Let's take this out of the way. And we're going to have a few things. We're going to have bricks. This is fancy and all, but I think I might want this recessed. Do I? I'm not sure. You can either have it recessed right here, like in the ground, and have these as half slabs. That was not what I wanted to do, funnily enough. And now I have a stack of salt that is completely useless to me right now, since I have 64 other stacks. Okay, let's place this for here now. We can probably move the barrel. Do we have a dolly? Now, dolly can be used to move barrels and stuff so that we can better have things better. Words, they are hard. They are hard indeed. So, we'll keep that there for now. We're going to want all this stuff gone for now. So this stuff we'll not want. And we'll probably slabify at least those for now. So let's make a few barrels, then see where we are at. Zombie. Probably Jehovah's Witness, just walked up the door, banged it a bunch of times, and then gone. Yay. Okay, so we got our igneous extruder starting up, and we are filling it, obviously, with a bunch of materials. So we're going to want to link up all of our energy, then bring this right here. And this will start pulverizing our cobblestone. And we should see that this slowly produces our required sand, which then makes that into glass. And we also have our smooth stone cooking up right here. And it should be outputting however we need it into the correct slot. So I suppose that is a good area. We don't really need that. We don't need that. I guess we can do both slots. General input, I suppose, is good. And there we go. And of course, we are going to need to have a schematic. However, it does seem we are able to select this schematic without saving it. Nope, we do have to save it, unfortunately. It won't just all of a sudden go, yay, I am crafting a bunch of words, and obviously I am failing at without a schematic. So, going down, blah blah blah, la la la, pop in the correct slot, and put those things down again, And then we can save it. Now we are making our stone bricks. Now we need to link it with this system. That's an easy enough thing to do. Once we actually probably F7. Okay, we don't actually need any more light sources. So here we're going to need to connect this up. And how we'll do that is clicking it. We'll have it insert. Green channel, doesn't really matter. Can we just set this disabled? Good, so that won't connect. And now we're also going to need to connect our other things that we are producing here. However, we do need to designate each and every single one that we have. So for instance, we're going to need to designate that, hey, we are going to want to have glass in here, so we're going to need that. However, another thing we'll need is smooth stone. Save. And we'll need our glass, which I believe we do have some of the glass in here. Good. Actual glass. Save. And then we can have our gravel, I think is something that we're going to not use much. So we'll put our stone bricks here, and we'll have an extra barrel for our gravel, and that will be downstairs since it is one of those materials which, quite frankly, it's not used much, really, if at all. So I suppose we'll put that, like, how many? Yeah, we have enough. There we go. And we're going to want our gravel in this location. Lock. And now we'll set this to insert. Set this to insert. And we'll link these. Link that too. We'll get that. Set this to insert once we have this in, which it finally does. Insert. Insert. And insert. And all that is left is to connect this to all of our output pipes, which we don't have many of, frankly. Diamond dolly it up. Okay, sorry, regular dolly. Right click on a thing. So let's see. We have slowness 2 and mining fatigue 2 by having a dolly with one of these on it. So then we can, whoop, not what we want really. There we go, insert. And we'll want an output there, don't want anything there. And we will want to output back there also. So all we have to do is hook this up right here. There we go. Now we should see everything exit from our chambers. Like our glass, this, and everything. So the main slowing point is the cobble collection. So we might need to add something that will basically be a source of all of our cobblestone that we want, because frankly, one block every 1.5 seconds is not a good way to run a business. So what we're probably going to want is an extra utilities transfer node system. Bonk. And what that'll do is basically act as a cobblestone generator if we do have a world interaction upgrade in it. Actually, I don't think it even needs a world interaction upgrade, rather. Bah! There we go. So let's see what we have upstairs, see if it is a simple, good enough system. We can see that we're getting glass quickly enough, and our stone is good. So basically, this is a system we'll just want to have it cook for a long time. Speaking about cooking, we are out of culinary generators. However, we do have quite a bit of energy left, and it seems like pretty much everything has gone quickly enough. So maybe we can upgrade things at a later point in time. But for now, it does seem like that this is going to be good enough. It seems good enough. It's keeping with the feel of this house, however, isn't being just the center point. We could probably change these to stairs now that I think of it. Let's see, what would a stair look like in comparison? We don't have any oak wood stairs. And do we have any oak wood logs to make stairs? No, we don't. So it's not like we can just randomly rip it up. And we do need to keep the pattern. Well, we don't need to keep the pattern if I'm going to be strict. However, it'd be nice to do so. Well, it seems like that's all we can do for this episode. We've unfortunately ran out of time. Now, what we can probably do is try to figure out a good way to start up a tree farm and do it in a new way. I think we unfortunately don't have many new methods to make a tree farm. I'm sure we could try golems, however, golems are far ways away. We haven't done Steve's cart recently, however, that is rather been there, done that, so we're going to have to see what that shapes up to be. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for different fruit trees to see if we can get something a bit better. Maybe check some of these dungeons here and there. I have enough food to last me, but we'll see. So, Wave Time here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.